Okay, I'm coming to you guys with my runners-up for what were my personal favorite hip-hop albums of 2017. Two albums for me come to mind. In this video, I will reveal the two albums that are the runners-up for my albums of the year, for my underground / alternative / independent hip-hop albums of the year. So I will list my two runners-up in this video and talk about them, and in a future video I will unveil which album I chose, which underground / independent / alternative hip-hop album I chose as being the best that was released in 2017. The first runner-up album I'm going to mention is by Wise Intelligent. Wise Intelligent was the former front man, if you will, the lead rapper in the hip-hop group Poor Righteous Teachers. Poor Righteous Teachers from the late 80s to maybe about 1997 were a very well-known political, conscious, and Afrocentric hip-hop group. Obviously, Wise Intelligent, if you listen to the music of the group Poor Righteous Teachers, Wise Intelligent was the lyrical essence behind that group. Since then, he for the last almost the last 20 years, Wise Intelligent has been embarking on a solo hip-hop career, and he released actually two albums this year. One was on Mellow Music Group, Apollo Brown's label, Mellow Music Group, and that album he did in conjunction with the producer Genzu Dean. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Genzu Dean. And the album is called Game of Death, or GOD as an acronym, G.O.D. That was I own both of the albums, but the album he did on Mellow Music Group with Genzu Dean, Game of Death, was quite a good album. There's only 10 tracks on that. But the album that Wise Intelligent, he released two albums this year, as I said. The first album he released this year in early February of 2017 is called The Blue Klux Klan. The Blue Klux Klan. In this album, he takes he's a very opinionated hip-hop artist. He takes big aim, critical aim at the police in the United States of America. I might not agree with a lot of the stuff that Wise Intelligent raps about on the album The Blue Klux Klan. Some of it I agree. I'm quite a progressive liberal person. I live in Canada, Alberta, Canada, and I'm sure it's different living in the United States with problems with the deaths of innocent, unarmed African American men. Those individuals being tragically shot by police officers. But that's what Wise Intelligent on this album focuses on. And he is a very, very skilled lyrical technician, great storyteller. He has a great sense of humor, a dark sense of humor, and also an absurdist sense of humor. And this album, even though I don't agree with everything he says on it, this album, The Blue Klux Klan, is such a good album as an entirety, as a whole album. It is such, from start to finish, it is such a good album. If you like underground hip-hop, if you like alternative hip-hop, if you like independent hip-hop, or even if you like old school hip hop, because he was obviously a member of the old school late 80s to late 90s group Poor Righteous Teachers. It's very, very, very Afrocentric, very, very Afrocentric material on Wise Intelligence album, The Blue Klux Klan. He's a what we'd call a black nationalist, a black separatist, a black I wouldn't use the term black supremacist, but he's a black nationalist, a black activist, an African American separatist, even. He's a member of. He's a 5%er. He's a member of the Nation of Gods and Earths, and it comes across definitely in his music with the Afrocentrism, and he's just so skillfully gifted, if you will. That's it's a term K. Reno, one of my favorite rappers, used to describe his gifts in writing rhymes. Wise Intelligent is just so skillfully gifted with the wordplay, with the storytelling, with everything. And on this album, even though I don't agree with everything he says, I found myself just laughing to myself. He's so clever. He's so witty. He does his research on all of on American politics. He's the man really. Wise Intelligent really is a polymath, really, when it comes to hip hop. Not that he's a producer, but when it comes to lyricism, when it comes to the concept of an album, concept of a song, Wise Intelligent is one of the masters, one of the all-time masters. He's definitely in my top 50 rappers of all time. In fact, I previously listed him. But he is very slept on. Wise Intelligent is very underrated. Very, KRS-One, the guys in Brand Nubian, A Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, Paris even, Boots Riley, Dead Prez. Immortal Technique, who I like very much, they'll get a lot of the dap or the fame for being political rappers. Same thing with this newest group, Prophets of Rage, the new hip hop rap rock supergroup, and even Rage Against the Machine. But really, Wise Intelligent, he gives guys like Immortal Technique and K. Reno a run for their money lyrically. I suggest you buy the album, by Wise Intelligent. It was released on his own independent label. His album, The Blue Klux Klan. For any hip hop head, anybody who loves independent, underground, alternative hip hop, or old school hip hop, it's a must buy. Cop that. Wise Intelligent, The Blue Klux Klan. It's something I would recommend for anybody who loves music like Brand Nubian, KRS-One, A Tribe Called Quest, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. De La Soul, Rage Against the Machine, Black Star, any kind of political, conscious hip-hop, you want to get this album, Wise Intelligent, The Blue Klux Klan. On this album, notably, one thing I did like that he did on this album, he has a song on this album, and he criticizes various mainstream mass mainstream aspects, if you will, of popular culture in the United States. So like big corporations like Apple, Google, CNN, Fox News, and he extends that to criticizing music artists, including those who work in hip hop. I like the fact he said "fuck Eminem" on one of the tracks on the album. This track I'm talking about. He also said "fuck Macklemore," "fuck Jimmy Iovine." I can't remember. He said "fuck Drake." Those are some of the hip hop related people and artists and producers, managers, or whatever that he's mentioned. He mentions basketball players, comedians, actors as well, newscasters, politicians. But he's a fearless man, wise, intelligent. He's a very, very fearless, very intelligent, if you will, and very opinionated man, and I greatly respect his music. So the first album of my honorable mentions of album of the year, for my personal album of the year for 2017, would be Wise Intelligent, the Blue Klux Klan. And the second honorable mention for my album of the year for 2017 is I'm going from one end of the spectrum, if you will, to the other. I'm going from political, revolutionary, Afrocentric, super lyrical hip hop to Christian rap. And my other honorable mention is Mineo and Wordsplayed Present, Magic and Bird. These guys, it's Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed, especially Andy Mineo. They're both Christian rappers associated with Lecrae, and Lecrae is probably the best known, most famous, highest earning Christian hip hop artist in the world right now. They're associated with him, both of them. Andy Mineo is lyrically the better of the two, although Wordsplayed has some ability. He's versatile. He's not my type of rapper. He's not a lyrical type of rapper. That's not his lane. That's not his style. Andy Mineo is more of a lyricist, the classical lyricist, if you will. But they work in conjunction together very well, and I enjoyed their album Magic and Bird. In particular, they had one track on that album called Legend, I believe. And the production on that track, I don't know who produced it. In the information box below this video, I will give you information about that track, Legend, and the producer of it, and the samples on it. I think it sampled possibly KRS-One, Rakim, and Big Pun, Rest in Paradise, on that track, and it's kind of like a mainstream hip hop style, like a trap mixed with Christian rap mixed with mainstream hip hop style, and normally something like that's not my cup of tea. I like more of the straightforward classical lyricism, be it multisyllabics or layered wordplay, or regardless if it's a Christian rap or Muslim rap or Buddhist rap or any religion, really, or any religious affiliated to the rap. I like more of the classical lyrical approach, if you want to call it the 90s approach of more multisyllabic wordplay. But this is more mainstream oriented, with kind of a trap sound, some trap production, trap sounding beats. Maybe somewhat similar to what Wiz Khalifa might do in the sound of the instrumentals and the beats and the production, or Future, or even maybe Drake on some of Drake's tracks. Definitely not totally that far apart from something Kendrick Lamar has done of late, or J. Cole. Or a group, say, like, some of the recent stuff that came out from Cameron or Pusha T. It wouldn't be so far apart from that. Wouldn't be far apart from guys like that. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Pusha T, Cameron, Drake, Wiz Khalifa, Future, Meek Mill, French Montana, in the sound of the production. Chance the Rapper would be another one. King Chip. It wouldn't be very far apart in sound from that, but it has a positive message. Me, myself, I am a Christian. The album has a positive message. It has the one standout track, both in lyrics and production, the track called Legend. And I like on that track how Andy Mineo gives dap and props to all the artists that influenced him. Some of the artists I like, some of them I don't. He mentions Rahzel, formerly of The Roots. Rahzel, the beatboxer Rahzel. He mentions Pharrell Williams. Pharrell as more in his capacity as a hip-hop producer. He mentions N.O.R.E, or Noriega, who is a very skilled rapper. He's not my favorite rapper, but he's a legend, N.O.R.E. He mentions Dipset, or the Diplomats, Cameron's crew, and they've released some good music back in the late 90s, early 2000s to mid 2000s. And it's a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. It's trap music done properly, regardless if you take the Christianity theme out of it, even if it was just secular rap, it's still done so well that it's trap music almost for a hip hop head. And I'm not a big fan of trap music when it comes to hip hop. But this album stood out to me as something that they put a lot of effort into, and something something just organically, each track, and there's some amusing skits there. There's a basketball NBA theme, obviously, a basketball theme, a gym class theme running through it. It's done very well as a whole, the album. Just like with Wise Intelligence album, the Blue Klux Klan. Both of those albums, Wise Intelligence, the Blue Klux Klan, and Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed Present, Magic and Bird, are kind of concept albums, but they're done very well. So that's why I would call these two albums my runners-up for 2017 hip-hop album of the year. Of course, when I say hip-hop album of the year, that's my personal choice of who I would say are the two runners-up for albums of the year, for my own personal taste, just for me. But for me, and I'm just communicating it to you guys there on. I've already decided who my album of the year. This one was hands down album of the year. It was a remarkable album. But these are my two runners-up: Wise Intelligent, the Blue Klux Klan, and Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed to Present, Magic and Bird. All right, I'll be back, guys. I have in the next 2 months, I'll upload 5 or 6 more videos. This is just the first one. And please, if you can, at least listen or stream if you have streaming. Stream Wise Intelligence album, the Blue Klux Klan, and stream Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed, their album Magic and Bird. At least give it a chance. And if you dig it, if you dig the albums, buy them. These three artists, Andy Mineo, Wordsplayed, Wise Intelligent, unlike an artist like Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole, and I'm not even hating on Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole or Future or Wiz Khalifa or Drake, these guys actually deserve the money more, because in my opinion they are more of the true artists, and they don't have as many revenue streams as those other huge mainstream rappers would, those big corporate rappers. So definitely cop their albums, at least stream it for a smaller fee. Yeah, Andy Mineo and Wordsplayed present Magic and Bird, and Wise Intelligent, the Blue Klux Klan. I will put information about these albums and maybe one of the songs in the information box below this video. Thank you, guys.